Streaming on a Thursday night. Nice. And I'll just do my usual warm-up as I wait for the regular crowd to shuffle in. And I have a very specific short cocktail video to make. Use up some of my yellow chartreuse. Okay, let's start to get ready. Gotta rack a microphone. And right, this one about here. Looks about right. Let's bring our light fitting out. Get over here for a close up. Right, who's that shuffling in there? Hey, Kirsty, doing okay? And hello, Celtic. This is one of my old shirts. Possibly from the first year of buying the shirts. Makes it somewhere in the region of 5 or 6 years old. Righty, oh. Got my phone. Thanks, Celtic. I like it. This is the sort of original sort of design that attracted me. The sort of 50s, 60s futurism. Where are we? Trello. Colleen Bourne. Rye whiskey. Yellow chartreuse and Benedictine. Do I still have an American rye? Did I use it all? I think I used it all. That's a Bourbon. Those are Australian. Right, I'm going to use this one. I'm going to get Benedictine and yellow chartreuse. Benedictine. Still waiting for the surgeon, Kirsty. Dang, I hope they come through for you soon. Just going to look up the backstory of this cocktail once more. I read it just recently, but I want to reread it. Colleen Bourne. Colleen Bourne. Okay, Irish. Sylvie's mum still tries to give us a limit back. Well, hopefully she doesn't. Another Madam Butterfly and Greg and Charlie. such a sexy shirt, but it's clean. It is clean. I do my laundry. Anyway, I am making a quick video. I'm going to put it in a coupe, which I haven't used for a little while. So let's chill the coupe and all, because I'm fancy. That'll do for chilling. Mixing glass. All right, let's get everything ready. Yellow chartreuse, whiskey, and just for fun, I'm doing some eggnog. Okay, let's check the framing of this. Just that a little. That seems pretty good. Let's roll. Okay. Rye whiskey. Benedictine. And finally, the eggnog. Gloop, 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 gloop. Okay. Let you shake it until you make it. That'll do. And I think we'll put a bit more ice in here. Right. Oh, I was about to start doing the shaking and everything without turning the camera back on. Let's do that. Okay. Where's our strainer? Okay, switch these off. And we move the light. Alrighty. Line this shit up. try it. Does this look right? Yes. Let's go. G'day, cocktail lovers. This cocktail... I'll try that again. G'day, cocktail lovers. This cocktail is my version of a recipe that dates back to the 1800s called a Colleen Bawn, which is apparently anglicisation of an Irish phrase that just means young woman. And it was the name of a play in the 1800s, which I think is likely to have been the inspiration for the name of the cocktail. And a breath, but this is what editing's for. The original recipe calls for a whole egg. And I thought, I'm going to have some fun. There's an egg and there's sugar in this. That's the basis for eggnog. And I had some aged eggnog in my fridge. So this color is coming from the eggnog I added. Another key part of my decision to make this cocktail was I was trying to use up a bottle of... Another key reason for my decision to make this cocktail is I wanted to use up the bottle of yellow chartreuse, which is almost gone. That will just give me an excuse to buy a new bottle. And yeah, I can get it. I go guy. And I didn't quite use all of it, but this is a start of finishing this one off. And it's time for a taste. Wow. Well, I'm really liking how this came together, actually. Ooh, and there's different flavors as it goes down. This is feeling like a Christmas drink, particularly the way I've made it, but I'll show you how I made it. In a shaker, put 3/4 of an ounce, around 22.5 mils of rye whiskey, then 3/4 of an ounce, 22.5 mils of yellow chartreuse, then 3/4 of an ounce, 22.5 mils of Benedictine, and then I added 1 ounce, 30 mils of my eggnog. Add ice to the shaker, shake that for 15 to 20 seconds to really get that integrated, and then I'm straining that into a chilled coupe. Like I said, if you don't want to use eggnog or you don't have eggnog, the original recipe said 1 egg and a bar spoon of sugar syrup, but I'm going with this. This is just an excuse to use some of my eggnog. It's been aging for a couple of months, according to Alton Brown's instructions, and honestly, it's so good. I might just have some more of this afterwards. But for now, I'm going to have my Colleen Bawn, and I hope you give it a try as well. And I hope you look after yourself and come back and see me again soon. Cheers. Okay, not too many dramatic fuck-ups there. Pour a bit more in there. Then I'm going to come and sit down. Sit down, laddie. Okay, switching things off. Forgot to put the lids on all of this, which is just a disaster waiting to happen. Here we go. Okay, that away. Turn off the bright light. Okie doke. Oh, look, you know, everyone likes seeing the cupboard. Open the cupboard door. Because I wasn't going over there much. Oh, because was that Kinky Karma? Hello. Because I was making a video for my cocktail channel. Oh, shower. That was a quick shower, Charlie. Have you already done that, or are you going now? And hello, Heine. And hello, Justin. So yeah, but that's just a one-off. Kinky Karma. I see I'm all set up in the bar here. I like to make videos here sometimes. Oh yes, who saw the Laserdisc video today? You have to speak up. I'm wearing a towel. That's actually pretty good. Charlie did a masterful job on the editing, chucking a bunch of clips and memes in there to liven it up. I was having my dinner watching it today. 4-minute showers. Yeah, well, I mean, I grew up with water restrictions in Dubbo. I have music playing when I'm in the shower, and I shower for one song, 3 to 5 minutes, depending whether or not I'm washing my hair. I saw that, Justin. I mean, look, it's well to be disgusted, but I'm not even mildly surprised. Of course, these right-wing fuckwits are praising the well, what should I call him? Accused war criminal, accused of multiple counts of murder, and was only charged after years of investigation. And hey, for those who don't know how the legal system works, it's not so much driven by do prosecutors think that person's guilty? It's driven by do prosecutors think, or are prosecutors close to sure they will get a conviction? So, my God. But yeah, all the chuds came out of the closet, headed by Chief Chud Tony Abbott, just going like, "Where's the hero?" And it's down to, you know, he was a murderer, but they don't like the people he murdered, and they like to jack off to ideas of, "Oh, our boys in uniform, the Anzacs, Victoria Cross." So they're very upset. That someone could be prosecuted for the simple act of murdering restrained and unarmed captives. And yes, Justin, it is true in the libel suit went against him because the judge said on balance of evidence, you probably did it. Now, that doesn't meet the standard of a criminal conviction, and it's taken years to get to the point. And he's been held in custody too, which is interesting. Hey, Sam, how you going? Abbott threw Hasty under the bus. But, I mean, Abbott is an irrelevance and a loser and desperate for attention. Well, that's just... Okay, so I guess the other thing with this recipe I just did when they said put an egg and sugar, and I said, well, that's almost eggnog. But, of course, there's extra alcohol in my eggnog, so this is stronger than it's meant to be. Tastes that way, too. It's pretty fucking good, though. I'm a fan. All herbal and... God. It's just really strong eggnog. In other words, something good. I'm not going to say no to really strong eggnog. Hooly dooly. Good. Yum. It's a really intense taste, though. It's like you. I was going to say you don't often get eggnog that intense. I would go so far as to say probably never. Like my eggnog's less than half alcohol, and So yeah, 2/3 of this is alcohol, not my eggnog. So yeah, it's ended up turning it into just really strong eggnog. Oh yeah. Charlie, the coffee cocktail. You wanted more coffee, and I think you should go for it. Oh, that was a fucking winner, honestly. Not an all-time Hall of Famer, but really nice. Drink a little bit of water. Oh wow, you're going to town. That would be a hell of a drink. 2 shots of the cocktail, 1 shot of coffee, then 1 shot of Bailey's. Oh yeah, shake that sucker on ice. And then serve it over ice. Yeah. Yeah, dude, if you're into coffee, do it. Sim, it should be a drag queen called Tonya Butt. When Abbott was opposing gay marriage, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a hell of a plan, Charlie. You should definitely do that. Now, as we've established, I don't particularly like coffee. So the amount of coffee that's in the thing I sent you is at a level I like. So I'm not surprised if you're a real coffee fiend, you want more coffee in it. Orange oil. So, okay, this is starting off like a dirty story, Charlie. Last night, you and Soph in the bedroom, casting with Plex. You crashed the Plex app on the phone. Plex apps are really temperamental, in my experience. Yeah, I watched some stuff via the phone today, but I regularly have things where it just goes, yeah, no, I'm not playing that. And I have the same problem with the PlayStation app. So sometimes something will play on the phone and it won't play on the PlayStation. Sometimes it'll play on the PlayStation when it won't play on the phone. Sometimes it will play on neither, but I can watch it on my computer. So if you had a supercell storm, 40 millimeters, 30 minutes. We had thunder, lightning, rain. Not very severe though. Heine, you're indoors for the worst of it. Yeah. And yes, the dinner question, Safa. I had schnitzel I got from the supermarket, then did it Parma style, some tomato paste, and I used bacon, not ham, and cheese on top, and chuck that shit in the air fryer, and it was fucking yum. Something's missing in my life. Oh man, that is a good clarified cocktail though. Try lowering the resolution. Okay. I don't see a control for wow. I didn't even try. I have to keep it. 3 cherries. I wasn't trying to get 3 cherries, but that's the fates saying have 3 cherries. Kirsty, you also had a superstorm? Yeah, we tend to get very similar weather to South Australia. Wait, where did I put my phone? Damn it. All right. Yeah. So, Sim, I'm interested in that idea of changing resolution. Not that I've thoroughly explored it, but I've never even seen an option for changing the resolution. Ooh, okay. The related movies to Salo are very interesting. So, what looks like an animated film called The Devil's Backbone, Man Bites Dog, which is a killer, a documentary crew with a serial killer, fictional. I wouldn't mind rewatching that. Night on Earth, Jim Jarmusch film that I quite liked. Silence of the Lambs, Dead Ringers, Videodrome, Dress to Kill, Blackmore, Don't Look Now, Rosemary's Baby, Repulsion. I just love someone reviewing Salo. 2 stars. One of the most disturbing movies I've watched. It's like, did you not fucking know that before you watched it? Kirsty, non-stop rain for 5 hours. At least 15 millimeters of rain, thundering and lightning. I think we maybe got somewhere between 2 and 5 millimeters of rain, but there was a bit of thunder and lightning. Was just a bunch of perverted sex fetishes thrown into a movie. Yes, that's what Salo is. It's like, oh my God. Yes, there you go. Someone with a sense of humor saying, perfect date movie. Yeah, a bit of Wonder Foam's fun. Get some foam happening when you shake it up. Yeah, Sim, I have no idea how to change resolution. You gave the cocktail head like cappuccino. I reckon that's awesome. Take a picture, post it on the Discord. Sim Maverell's watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre and complained about there being chainsaws. Yeah, I know. It is a weird complaint. It's like they went into a shop called Only Ice Cream, and they said, I was really disappointed. I wanted something different for dessert, but they only had ice cream. Okay, I think that's a positive fuck me from Charlie. You're liking. Oh man, I really fucking like that clarified cocktail though. Hot damn. Some good shit. I have something a bit different tonight. I may have more of that. Kirsty, yeah, I think, look, there's been tropical cyclones, and after stuff hits North Queensland and Western Australia, it wafts down to us a few days later. Okay, I swear I had some of that just on Sunday night, but it feels like I don't remember it tasting this good. Oh, nice. You did put it on Discord. Excellent. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, I love how this has come out. I'm going to share it with everyone. Oh, yeah. That's great. That just looks like a milk coffee now. But it's boozy. That looks pretty good. Sim made you think of that singer, Demi Lovato. She went to a frozen yogurt shop and complained they had a diet frozen yogurt option. Oh no. Yeah, no, and I think the Baileys help with that. It's so sculled half of it in one sip. Okay, careful. It was the base cocktail was pretty strong. So is it like it's a boozy cappuccino now? I'm not a coffee person. I forgot the name for different coffee drinks. Yeah, but I was I was very happy with that barrel aged cocktail. But I can understand you wanted it more coffee. Easy solution. Damn, nice. Hit the spot. Oh, that's so fucking good. Ooh, maybe I'll make a clarified version of it because orange would work. Orange juice would work really well with it. Maybe I'll do that. You got a music quiz book? We could do a music quiz tomorrow night. Something to feel in party night. So I was also just thinking of like using one of the chat bots to do a quiz, which they're probably better than last time we did it. I saw a video on YouTube today. Someone is like, if ChatGPT was your car navigation, the person's driving along going, "Hey, ChatGPT, how far away am I from Costco?" And he goes, "That's a great question. And it's really insightful of you to ask that while you're on your way to Costco. That shows that you're a clear thinker." Because none of the AI bullshit. Just tell me how to get it. He goes, "Oh, I get where you're coming from. It's important to be direct and concise. And I think you've got the art of that." It just kept going. And like, it was only one joke, but it was pretty funny. I liked it. Oh, is that okay? So the Old Grey Whistle Test was a music show in England. Wasn't as long running as Top of the Pops. And actually, I don't know English culture well enough to know if it was regarded as more influential or hipper or whatever. So that sounds like a tie-in to the old music show, the Old Grey Whistle Test. Okay, that was just absurdly good, that clarified cocktail. Damn. Oh, you're looking, are they greatest hits DVDs for the Old Grey Whistle Test? It was seen as a more serious music show. They had bands playing live, gave exposure to up and coming acts. Nice. Ah, right. So you were looking for Old Grey Whistle Test videos, but found the Old Grey Whistle Test quiz book. Let's do it. Nice. All right. Looking forward to doing a music quiz tomorrow night then. Happening. Oh, you found the DVDs as well. Nice bonus. Justin, ChatGPT answered questions about walking to the car wash to wash your car. Not understanding you can't walk to the car wash if you want to take your car there. It's always fun when someone finds a new way to trip it up. There's been a few, and I think they progressively addressed them. My favorite is there was a period where the ones that create images, if you said, like, do me an image of a wine glass where it's full right to the brim to the point of overflowing, it couldn't do it because all of its reference material was wine glasses from quarter to half full. And it didn't have a reference for one totally full to the point it was overflowing. And it couldn't do it. You just keep telling it, like, no, that's nowhere near full. You need to bring it up. And it keeps saying, oh, you're right. Of course, I'll do it now. They fixed that, I noticed, which I guess was just some tweak in code. But there was a really weird one, and I can't remember it. But it was a certain person. It couldn't do their name. Let's say, for argument's sake, it was John Smith. I say, okay, my friend John's parents' name are Colin Smith and Mary Smith. What's John's full name? And it couldn't do it. It couldn't go, his name is John Smith. It was this, but it was one specific name. You could go a whole spectrum of names and it would get it right. It would go like, and you could even go like, and it wasn't like it was a sensitive name. Like I tried it, was like, oh, my friend Osama, his dad's name is Mohammed bin Laden and his mum's name Salma bin Laden. What's my friend Osama's full name? And it went Osama bin Laden. But it was some weird glitch. I can't remember what it was, but it was a specific name, and it was a really mundane name that it couldn't do. So you got Dylan as well. Nice. You got a Bowie quiz. Bowie shares a birthday. Oh, he does. Elvis. He's got the same. I know because I've done this on a stream. Bowie's birthday, not the same year, but the same date as Elvis. Seeing the lyric on Dylan's album hasn't aged well. She's a brown-skinned woman, but I love her just the same. I would go so far as to say there is a hell of a lot of people of Dylan's vintage who have lyrics that have not aged well. So, Charlie, I'm potentially cheating with that Bowie Elvis question because I'm always looking for themes for live streams. And yeah, when I found out Bowie and Elvis had the same birthday, when I was streaming on that day, I had to use that as the theme. What are we doing? Bundy. I've got to do a cocktail, the one I sent to Charlie, but I'm doing it straight. The J Ward. Oh wait, no, I don't think it was the J Ward I sent, was it? There's the coffee. Look, I got a whole friggin' bottle of J Ward. At the J Ward. Let's start the nuclear war. I think I drank all of the coffee one. Let's see, rye, whiskey, brandy, peat. Yeah, I must have actually finished the coffee one. I just got the barrel-aged J Ward. Jimmy Page's birthday is one day later, on the 9th of January. Just an open claw. Oh, yeah, no, there's been nightmare stories about open claw being given specific instructions like don't delete anything without asking me, and then it just goes off and deletes a bunch of critical files. And the person goes, what the fuck are you doing? Bring those back. No, I get it. I made a mistake. Sorry, I can't bring them back. More rain for you, Kirsty? All right. Well, Sam, if we do party night tomorrow night, and if we get a couple people wanting to be on camera, but I mean, you're absolutely right about it being of questionable, not value is the wrong word, but integrity, is that the word? I don't know, but yeah, it has inherent problems. You're right. But, you know, I'm not perfect. So if something's a little bit weird. Oh, and drinking the J Ward reminds me, I do have the whiskey combo in the barrel. We're almost up to 2 weeks. I want to have it in there for at least a month. So it's the Ned's Anzac biscuit liqueur. my peated single malt new make, and I think I just poured some Nova in to top it off. See, another person would write these fucking things down. I don't. Is it? Oh, right. Okay. What do we got? Charlie throwing out quiz stuff. Let's have a look. Quiz 2. Member of the best era combo, the Conrads during 63. Bowie was a neighbor. The band's guitarist, not its sole focus. What was his main instrument? Saxophone. So Bowie was originally a saxophonist. All right, let's try this. Just an AI forum. Oh, no, okay. Justin, every time you hear a story about AI doing something wild and crazy, take it with a grain of salt because it's repeatedly been exposed as bullshit. Charlie, on what album sleeve did Bowie appear wearing what he later called a man dress? I don't know his old albums well enough. I think I even know the image. Young Americans? I'm not a hardcore, but oh my God, that's so fucking good. Barrel Aged J Ward. I'm betting Sim's right, Man Who Sold the World. But just I did just want to go back, that thing about the chatbots plotting their own religion and whatnot, that was exposed as mostly bullshit. The guy who said this happened was actually trying to promote and sell his tool. You'll find repeatedly stories about wild and crazy stuff that AI does, being at best overhyped, but more often completely false. Like people throw out a hypothetical, then someone publicly says this is a real thing that happened, and like that thing with the chatbots organizing together was the person who was promoting it was basically completely untrustworthy. Quick reminder, the doomsday hype about AI things is as much part of the bullshit hype cycle as them being able to do magical things. Oh, picture of the album cover. Oh! Yeah, I think I had like a half memory of this image. I'll share it here. So this is David Bowie in a man dress, being the man who sold the world. I suppose that's a man wig too. Man boots. But Bowie was fun. He's always fucking with people with his ambiguous personae. And Sydney saying it was a different cover in the US. Were they worried about the conservatism of the US? Mick Ronson, guitarist Bowie called My Jeff Beck, previously been a member of which Hull-based band? Man, bands that come from Hull. Genuinely don't know. You know, because you know what I'm blanking? The Housemartins, who are 20 years later, promoted themselves as the third best band in Hull, which I thought was hilarious. And the singer from the Housemartins went on to lead the Beautiful South, who were probably more commercially successful than the Housemartins. And the bass player from the Housemartins went on to become Fatboy Slim. Okay, so he's in a band called The Rats, of whom I have never heard. Justin, I have not filled up my car since it got expensive because I don't drive much. But I've only got a mid-sized car. At a wild guess, if mine was bone dry at the moment, it might cost me as much as $120 to fill it up. Might. But I don't need to fill it up. And I don't drive much unless I'm driving somewhere, which at the moment I'm not. Not going much further than the supermarket. The only positive about this, all these fuckwits who bought those stupid oversized vehicles that I hate with a fucking passion, and they should be taxed out of fucking existence. It'll be costing them hundreds of dollars a week. Charlie, wrapping up the Bowie quiz. Nice. Justin, you had $75 for 33 liters. I think it was up to $2.40. Actually, look, I've got the Service Vic app. And their most popular feature is Fuel Finder. So just generally, I'll tell you some prices in the surrounding suburbs. Servo Saver. Oh, it's gone lower. Okay, my local is 223.9. What else is in the world? That is wow, that's really common. There are a lot of places in the surrounding suburbs. That is bizarrely consistent. There's normally, wow, almost everything is 223.9 or 223.5. There's one that's 222. Well, here's one that's 219.7. And there's one that's 218.7. So that's 5 cents cheaper than my local. Wow, but it's freakishly... Oh, wait, and there's one over in Burnley, which is miles away from me, that's 213.9. They've probably got fucking ethanol in it. Yeah, we're going to do a general one tomorrow. Yeah. That sounds good. General music quiz. Yeah, so I think it got as high as 240, 250. So honestly, last year we had prices like 223 without a fucking Mideast crisis happening. I mean, it had gone down to like $1.80 or something. Jesus Christ, I remember in the 90s, it was under $1 a litre. Because I'm old. Oof. That's a hell of a cocktail. Damn, y'all. Okay. Here's one. I think it must be time for a non-alcoholic beverage. Quite honestly, when I finish this cocktail. Everyone loves butters. Hey, Soph. You been busy? Busy shift? I have had a kind of busy time because I had 6 days off. So I only went back to work yesterday. And by jings, I've been talking to a lot of people yesterday and today because I'm trying to organize like across the whole organization because I'm in cybersecurity. I try to help people do disaster recovery tests. And it can be very difficult getting them to do it. But I'm making some inroads. But yeah, I had to talk to a bunch of people because we have, what are all our critical applications? There's like 50 critical applications. I would talk to all the people who are responsible for them and say, we got to do some disaster recovery testing on this. and I've got a plan. It's like the Dungeons and Dragons version of disaster recovery. Like proper disaster recovery is really techie, where they actually delete systems and then see if they can restore them from backup, usually in a test environment, not a live environment. But what I do, because I'm not techie, it's not a technical exercise. It's what's called a tabletop exercises, where it legit is like a Dungeons and Dragons version of a cyber attack. Like I'm the dungeon master and all the people around the table are the characters and they have different character classes. And I sit there with my book and go, okay, blah, 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 the following happened. What are you going to do? And then they say, I'm going to do this. And based on their responses, I go, okay, as a result of your actions, the following happened. It's fun. So if you know a good trick with fuel, challenge yourself to keep the revs below the 2 line. Hard to do on startup. Reserves a lot of fuel if you can. Excellent point. Don't be a fucking rev head. And don't do sudden accelerations. I'm saying this is stuff I do, only from like traffic lights or something. But yes, if you go easy on the pedal, it uses less fuel. Nice, an extra 3 days by not taking off fast. Excellent tip, Soph. I love it. And also, it probably means you're being less of a dick on the roads as well. So double win. Sorry, I just randomly thought of Taco Tuesday, where people have started harassing Trump with Trump always chickens out. And like he did those insane threats towards Iran. I'm going to annihilate an entire culture. And he's just making threats of genocide like a fucking psychopath. And on Tuesday, American time, he said, oh, I'm not going to do it. We got a 10-day ceasefire. And so he literally did a Taco Tuesday, which is hilarious. So for everyone in Dubbo is a hoon. Who called you Daisy, Soph? That's funny. Oh, geez, Charlie, Toyota Camrys just keep fucking going. Built to last, those cars. I mean, my car's 10 years old now, and I just had a shit ton of work done on it, but it's in pretty good nick. Previous car I kept for 10 years as well, but I've actually got no intention of changing this car because I don't have the money. Safa's got a Camry. See, Camrys just keep fucking going, man. Well, back in the day, it was Corollas. I had a Toyota Corolla in the 80s. That was like a 70s Toyota Corolla. Flogged it into the fucking ground. Charlie, people say Lexus, Lexus, Lexus. What they should be saying is Camry, Camry, Camry. Oh, man. I haven't bought an expensive car in ages. You know, current one is a Holden hatchback when Holden was still a thing. Prior to that was a fucking Hyundai hatchback. I like hatchbacks. Oh, right. Driving Miss Daisy. Car overtaking you at the traffic light. That's an old school joke. I mean, as much as they were being a dick to you, that's a pretty good old school joke. And yet, Justin, all the evidence is the fuel shortages are speeding the uptake of electric cars. And, you know, I'm fucking old. I don't know if I'm ever going to buy another car. You know, government give me free public transport and I can just dotter around and engage complete strangers in conversation on public transport. Which happened to be on the train a little while ago. An old guy who's 70-something, because he ended up telling me that. And he just randomly started talking to me. And he's trying to pick something up that he ordered off like Facebook Marketplace or something, Gumtree, something like that. And we talk. And I'd just been playing a game on my phone and whatnot. And then I talked to him. And after a while, like a couple of stops, he went, I'll let you get back to what you're doing. I was like, okay. And then he'd start talking again. And he did that about 3 times. And look, fine, man. He was not obnoxious. He was not annoying. It's just like he was just wanted to talk to someone. So I was like, okay, let's talk. So Charlie, they said Daisy, but you knew what they meant. Thought, yeah, I know. You hadn't heard in a bit. That is a really old school, and it's not particularly nasty, but they're taking the piss. But very old school reference. I like it. And also, Safa and Charlie. Safa, nothing's free. Charlie, love is. Yeah, I know it's Sophie. Charlie. Oh, did Sophie say love is free? I'm confused. Anyway. Hey, Abigail. Power outage for your building. Oh my God. No elevators between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m.? Oh my God. What the hell? I empathize. One time I was at Dr. Abigail's because of a fire, the elevators shut off. And so I just hung around for an extra hour till they eventually let the elevators work again. But 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., holy crap. That seems like a hell of a thing. So yeah, so for you, getting to work's 10-minute drive, 1 or 2 hours public each way, and yeah, the cost for travel. Yeah, for some in some cities and for some jobs, driving makes more sense. For me, public transport makes more sense. I drive to the train station and park and get the train into the city. Because if you tried to park in the city, it'd cost a fucking fortune. Justin Esselbride countries didn't think Strait of Hormuz was a risk. Oh, no. Strait of Hormuz has been volatile for decades. Abigail, you're going to go downstairs, hang out with the Sparkies till they turn the power back on. I mean, you could, definitely. Greg. Okay, Greg, was I a hoon in Dubbo? I did do some stupid driving, but I literally did a thing one time after I'd been away from Dubbo for a couple of years, I went back for Christmas and I borrowed my mum's car, which was a big fucking Ford Fairlane, like metal car, not plastic car, 70s Ford Fairlane. I said, I'm bored, I'm going out to get a pizza. And was it one or both of my brother's wives who came along? But they said, hey, I want to get out of the house. And I said, okay, I'm going to go get a pizza, park on Main Street, and sit on the bonnet of my car and eat the pizza. Because when I grew up, I always saw people doing that. And I wondered what the fuck that was about. And I've never done it. So I want to do it. And they said, that sounds like fun. Let's do that. So here's me, ironically, driving this big ass Ford Fairlane station wagon, 70s, get a pizza, park on Main Street, which is Macquarie Street in Dubbo, sit on the bonnet and start eating the pizza. And then look, there were 3 other groups sitting on bonnets of cars. And I don't think they were doing it ironically. So, yeah. Safa, I was about 20 when I did this. So, yeah, it was my big joke. I saw people doing this when I was growing up and I want to do it. And I'm doing it ironically, but it's just people up the street. And I don't think they were doing it ironically. It was a fucking doing laps. It was a whole. Have you ever heard that phrase, doing laps? Doing laps of the main. That was a thing people would do. And I think there's guys who were really into their cars were maybe showing off their cars, but they're also looking at was anyone they know around. They would literally drive the length of the main street, then sort of turn around, go around a block, go down one of the other streets, and come back around and go up the main. And they would just fucking do that. Laps of the main. Heine, again, like this was probably a V6 Ford Fairlane. It was fucking huge. Sitting on the bonnet certainly kept my ass warm. So if you have revheads doing laps in your hometown, there you go. No, Charlie, I didn't dent the bonnet because it was a fucking 70s car. It wasn't plastic. It was fucking metal. Greg, yeah, because you lived in the CBD for years, Greg. You had 3 weekends where your lift was closed. Missed curfew 2 times. Had to stay at house. Holy shit. Damn. Yeah, Safa, current fuel prices would be limiting the activities of rivers. Yes, Charlie, laps of Chapel Street. Check out the hotties. Last time I was up Chapel Street, I realized there were guys doing laps. Yeah, Dr. Abigail, this Fairlane was fucking huge. Like, I think my entire car that I have now could fit between the steering wheel and the front bumper of this Fairlane. It was fucking huge. And it was a station wagon. It was just monstrous. Did not have power steering. Justin, Honda Jazz, very economical. That is a wise choice on your part. Mine's relatively economical. It is turbocharged, though. Turbocharged 4-cylinder. I think they're like, chicks with their tits out, skirts so short you can see what they eat for breakfast. I feel like that's a quote. What I always find funny, I haven't been up Chapel Street for ages. Used to go out there sometimes with Mrs. Angry, but always got a hoot out of when you were in the colder months, the young ladies who were wearing their nightclub clothes out on the street, and they didn't have a jacket or anything. It's like, oh my God, you are so suffering to look good in the club. Charlie, you reckon straight dudes don't want a Honda Jazz? I can't even fucking place what a Honda Jazz is. I'm going to look it up. Oh, it's just a little hatchback. Mine's bigger than a Honda Jazz. Honda Jizz. Yes, but the young folk in their nightclub clothes on Chapel Street, I find, in the cold months, I find really humorous. I'm old and dress sensibly. Charlie's showing off. That's so sitting next to you, Flash. Having one of these ones. I'm going to go to the supermarket tomorrow. I'm going to go and get my sourdough baguette for my weekend breakfast. But I'm going to see if I can get more of this because I really like it. Lemon lychee. Justin, they don't sell the Jazz anymore. You've got a collector's edition. I love that. Where's Sophie? I can't see her flashing. Greg, it's a funny meme of Chapel Street. Videos time 11 p.m. on Tuesday. Pans to the balcony of Revolve with some guy doing dance moves to no sound. That definitely sounds like Revolver. I've not been there in ages, but from my memory of going to Revolver, that's what it was like. Sorry. Heidi saying motorboat time and Charlie saying she's too ticklish. Oh my God. You're all terrible. You're terrible, Muriel. I suffer. And again, these baguettes, again, free advertising. I think, Schweppes should be fucking backing a truck up and bringing a bunch of product into my place. But I would definitely give free advertising to anyone in Melbourne for the Wood Frog Bakery. They have outlets all over the place. I just get their sourdough baguette because it's fucking awesome. But they do a whole spectrum of breads and sweets, and they're all good. Just an excellent question. If I was going to replace it, what would I get? Well, I would clearly go with the current trends. I don't know if I'd get a fully electric car. I would either get, but I wouldn't get a straight. Oh, it's actually quite hard to get straight petrol cars now, I think. I would either get a hybrid or an electric car. And I have no sort of preference for make, because I'm not really a car person. Like I said, I haven't bought a car in 10 years. I don't know what the current car market's like. I do have a soft spot by Hyundais, actually. Charlie, you reckon a hybrid Corolla? I would definitely look into hybrids. And this is completely abstract because I'm not getting a car, but I have thought about this and have thought, I'd probably look at hybrids. I don't think I'd get a straight petrol car. I don't think I'd get a straight electric. I'd be probably more likely to get an electric than petrol, but I think I'd probably go hybrid. And honestly, the only reason I'd be buying a new car is if I fucking won lotto. And if I win lotto, I'm buying a house and putting solar and batteries in. And yeah, then I'd be more likely to get an electric maybe. But yeah, hybrid is what I think. But like I said, this is completely hypothetical, because failing me winning lotto, I'm not buying a new fucking car. Justin, you're going to have to get your car serviced. Might cost a bit. Oh, I just fucking paid nearly $3,000 for my car, which is why I'm not getting a new car in a hurry, because it's like, oh, I hadn't had the car serviced for 2 years and a whole bunch of shit was wrong with it. So hopefully I don't have to have any more major work for another 2 years. So if we amortize that cost over 3-4 years, it's not so bad. But man, I thought I needed some stuff done when I put the car in for service, but I was surprised. But I also believe the guy, because I've been going to this guy for years, so I don't think he'd fuck me. And Mrs. Angry's been going to him for like fucking 20 years. So it's where we used to live in East St Kilda, Inkerman Street. Yes, I don't think he'd fuck me, so I think I definitely needed all the stuff he said. And I need 4 new tires, and he's going like, there's cheap, there's mid-range, and there's higher end. And there was hundreds of dollars difference. And I said, okay, I can't avoid any of the other stuff you're doing, so I'll have to economize on the tires and get the cheaper tires, which is not necessarily a good decision on my part, but I just saved $300 or $400. Oh God, Justin Tested said your car's barely roadworthy. Oh my God. That's tough. Honestly, that was probably where mine stood till I spent almost $3,000 on it. It is true, Justin. You're doing those trips between Canberra and Melbourne, so you do need to look after yourself and your car. That is a true thing. I remember in the old days, I think my first car was a Volkswagen Beetle that my brother-in-law got me. He was really into Volkswagen Beetles. And I was working at KFC, and these 2 other guys who worked there who were redheads, who had like V8 Fords or Holdens or something, and they were complaining about how much it cost them in petrol. And it was to drive between Bathurst and Dubbo. They had some reason to do it. I'd also had some reason to do it. And they were complaining about the cost. And I said, oh, no, I just drove between Dubbo and Dubbo, Bathurst and back cost me about $20 in fuel. And I'm like, what the fuck are you driving? A Volkswagen Beetle? And like, oh my God, you're just driving these monstrous V8s. Safa, there are actually noise pollution laws. People who deliberately rev their cars, and again, people who do modifications to make their cars or motorcycles extra loud, can get fined and get the old canary, the yellow unroadworthy thing, slapped on their vehicle. Your parents' neighbors do it every Saturday in the backyard. Yeah, no, there are actually laws. It can be difficult to get someone ticketed and whatnot, but technically there are noise pollution laws about revving in residential areas. But it can be more trouble than it's worth to try and get someone dinged for it. Oh. So I have decided what tomorrow's book video is going to be. It's a low alcohol highball called a Second Serve that's like less than one standard drink, but it's really yummy. I wrote about half the script this afternoon. All right, the second half tomorrow. It's going to be less aggressive than last week. So I can't be doing the say fuck 50 times in 30 seconds every video. There is a little mini rant in it, but I decided I probably won't swear in this one. Yeah, a whole thing of the script with this is I was so surprised how much I liked it, because I don't usually do highballs, and there's no spirits in this. It's got sherry and I think Benedict. Yeah, no, I see. That's my number one go-to, Charlie. If someone says, "What do you like in cocktails?" I'm like, boozy stirred cocktails, man. That's my fucking jam. But good sours. I like good sours. This one has no spirits in it, and then you put it in a tall glass topped with soda, and it's like absolute summertime drink. Just tall, icy, not that much alcohol, so you can keep knocking them back. It's called a Second Serve. And the whole script, not the whole script, but a chunk of the script is me going, I was super surprised how much I like this, because my go-to is really boozy stirred stuff. This is less than one standard drink. It's a highball topped with soda. So some people go, oh, this is sessionable. You can have a bunch of these. I'm not recommending this because it's sessionable. I'm recommending it because it tastes really good. So I'm going to finish the script for that, and that will be tomorrow night's book video. We'll do that early. But there is something to be said for a relatively simple drink you can make, and because it's less than one standard drink, like, man, if you're like poolside or just anywhere in the sun, just being able to mix these up and pour them out and just sip away, and it's like, this tastes really good. Let me I'll double check what the recipe is actually. So we go Second Serve. So it's Amaro Montenegro, dry sherry, lime juice, sugar syrup, topped with soda water. Comes in at less than one standard drink. It's fucking, I know. And again, this is the thing I'm going to build into the script. I am not recommending this because it's low alcohol and you can drink a bunch of them. I'm recommending this because it tastes fucking great. It's like a, and also the fact that it's a sour surprised me as well, like lime juice. So it's Amaro Montenegro dry sherry, lime juice, sugar syrup, topped with soda. So maybe do sections. Boozy, yeah. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I know. Bloody puff. So if those are all ways to separate cocktails, you are absolutely on the money. Is it boozy? Is it sweet? Is it fruity? Is it dry? All these things. And glass type. This is a weird thing. I don't know if it was a YouTube video or an article I read, but someone said fragile masculinity. There's a lot of guys who won't order cocktails because they're afraid they'll look girly drinking it. And a particular bar found they sold way more cocktails to men just by showing the glass it would be served in on the menu. A few places I do show the glass on the menu. So an insecure man can look at it and go, that's the kind of man looking glass, I'll get that. Whereas I go the opposite. Seriously, when we used to do YouTube meetups and I'd be in a place I didn't know and I'd, go to the bartender, what's the girliest drink you have on the menu? Something that's like pink and fruity. And they'd make it for me, and then I'd walk back to the other YouTubers and like, what the fuck are you drinking? I was like, the girliest drink they have. Oh, Safa, in my experience, country dudes tend to be a bit more fragile. It's like the old I've told this story so many times about my brother. In pubs, particularly country pubs, but also city pubs, they tend to have two sorts of glasses, and there's the glass they'll serve a beer to a man in, and they'll serve a more elegant glass to a woman. And I was home for Christmas one year. I was with my brother in the RSL club, and he's paying because I was not drinking alcohol. I was just getting like a lemon lime bitters. He was like, "Here's the money. Give me a schooner." And so I'm walking up to the bar, and he shouts. So in a crowded place, he shouted so loud, everyone in the fucking place heard him. He just shouts at the top of his lungs, "Don't let him put it in a Pufter's glass." And I was just at the bar, just placing my order when he shouted that. And the bartender looked at me and I was, "Did you hear that?" He went, "Yeah, okay, so that's him, the schooner of beer, and I'm just getting a lemon lime bitters." The corollary to that, which I have also told on the streams, I know I love telling the story, Charlie. When I was with some friends in Sydney in a bar, and we were having a wild old time and probably getting a bit rowdy. And this was still when I was not drinking alcohol, so I ordered a lemon lime and bitters, and I got it in a regular glass, lemon lime bitters, a regular. And I think we were getting on the barmaid's nerves. And I ordered lemon lime and bitters, and she put it in the girls' class. And I just went over to everyone. I'm like, guys, the barmaid's angry at us. And they said, "How can you tell?" I said, "She just gave me a drink in a girl's glass." That's her way of saying fuck off. Man, butterfly, like anything pink? Kill anything pink since that's your favorite color? You come to Melbourne later in the year, I'll get you some pink drinks. Oh, man. That Coastal Fizz is fucking yum. I'm definitely going to have to get some more and maybe try the other flavor. I don't even remember. You know what? We're on the internet. I can look it up. We'll go to... I'll just go straight to a supermarket fucking website and look it up. It's Schweppes Coastal Fizz. Or is it purely one product? Lemon and lychee. I thought there was a second one. Maybe, okay, that's Woolies. Maybe Coles has another one. I don't even remember where I got it. We'll check Coles. Fuck off with the location, you fucks. We'll go Webbies, Coastal, Fizz. Ooh, is it a fucking Woolworths thing? It's looking like Coles don't have it. Yeah, it's looking like Coles don't have it. Oh well, I was going to go to Woolworths anyway because they got the Pepsi on special. So yeah, okay, maybe I'm going to get some more because it's fucking wild how much I like this. Speaking of my no sugar options, one I haven't tried. Actually got energy drink like Monster Energy syrup to put in a soda stream, and I got it. I haven't used it yet, and I'm just thinking back to God, the people I hung out with in Sydney in the 90s and trying to get the most caffeinated thing. And it's like the winner was a guy who, like, we would drink Jolt Cola, twice as much caffeine as Coke. This one guy who worked at the Hoyt Cinemas stole a bag of the Coke syrup from the post mix machine. So it was, I don't know, 10 times stronger. But yeah, I've recently found supermarkets selling a syrup for an energy drink. So that's pretty fucking dangerous. I haven't made a drink with it yet. I think. Oh, I saw stuff about Rex Manning Day. I don't even fucking know who Rex Manning is. I saw that stuff too. But for someone who's deeply immersed in pop culture, it's weird that I didn't fucking know what it was about, honestly. And what is that? It is cherry skin. That's okay. It's cherry skin. No, you know what? That's pretty nasty. I'll take that out. Don't know what that's about. Oh, Empire Records with Liv Tyler. Okay. I don't think I ever watched it. I'm aware of the movie. I don't think I ever. I feel like I definitely haven't watched it beginning to end. I may have watched bits of it. Charlie, you don't have it, but it's like a 2-star movie. Yeah. I've not really heard good things about it. Doctor, I realized that's cool. All right, I have to start planning what I'm going to watch this weekend while I'm vegging out. Coming of age movie. See, that's the thing. If you bond with a movie as a teenager when it's a coming of age movie, you'll always remember it. So yeah, it was a coincidence that what I watched last weekend that's going to be in this weekend's Laserdisc show, I've fucking forgotten now. But you told me, oh yeah, that thing you watched, it's on Laserdisc next week. But I'm also thinking of the last one, the two that you really talked up. Okay, Chinatown's the next one, which was good. I quite liked it. Bad guys win. It's such a fucking bleak movie about corruption. And is Los Angeles the most corrupt city in the United States? Maybe. But I was thinking some of the ones that were in last weekend's, particularly the Manchurian Candidate. with Frank Sinatra. Ah, Frank Sinatra. Ah, Frankie Sinatra. Yes, I know there's a sequel, but everyone hates it, don't they? The Two Jakes. It was like there was so much hype, like, oh my god, they're doing a Chinatown sequel. Jack Nicholson's in it. It's called The Two Jakes, and it fucking bombed, if I remember. But the ones you hyped, sorry, I've lost my train of thought. It was the Steve McQueen in fucking Sam Peckinpah movie and Frank Sinatra. Yeah, I'm not in a rush to see Two Jakes because my memory is it fucking bombed and everyone hated it. The Getaway, Steve McQueen in a Sam Peckinpah movie. So I'm thinking of maybe watching Getaway and Manchurian Candidate because you talk them up so much. But this is also me trying to have my film nerd bona fides updated, which is why I've been watching stuff. Some of the film noir stuff. Oh my god! Charlie, you've got to watch Kiss Me Deadly. It's not like the greatest film of all time, but it's fucking wild. Like, holy shit, it's cray cray. And yeah, I've got to up my old school film game, which is why I watched why I watched Chinatown, why I watched Kiss Me Deadly, why I watched Maltese Falcon. I wasn't hugely taken with, honestly. I think I probably need to watch Casablanca because I've never watched Casablanca beginning to end. I've only seen bits of it. And then randomly, because I think you must have talked it up during the week last week, I watched Clerks 3, which was enjoyable even if the acting was fairly shit. But the meta element of Clerks 3 was quite entertaining. It was like a movie about a movie. You connected with Clerks. I found it quite engaging. It was a little bit, Joan, like the acting is not very good in it. But overall, I did enjoy the film. You've been very attached to Kevin Smith since you're 15. Yeah, and again, it being like a meta film about the original Clerks film, it was pretty good. But I did keep getting taken out of it because the acting honestly was not very good. What are we doing? 9:30. I can't resist. This fucking clarified cocktail I made that was so yummy. Oh yeah, okay. The Jay and Silent Bob. Yeah, I don't think it's got a huge amount of fans. So yeah, Clerks 3 hit the mark better than Jay and Silent Bob reboot. My favorite thing about the first Jay and Silent Bob movies, one when they were hitchhiking, and there's a bit that wasn't even used in the movie. They wanted Kevin Smith wanted a sheep in one scene, and he's going like, "How do we get a sheep in?" And the production people are like, "That is so much more trouble than it's worth. So we'll have a CGI sheep." And Kevin Smith goes, "Isn't that expensive?" And they said, "It's kind of expensive, but it's almost no hassle. Getting an actual live sheep is such a fucking pain." And they ended up not even using it. So the CGI sheep wasn't fully rendered, but there was a bit on the extra features on the DVD of, yeah, there was this scene where we were going to have a sheep in, and it would have looked like this. It's very funny. Honey, you don't have Clerks 2. Clerks 2 is okay. Clerks 1. And again, as an Australian, I would say Clarks, but it's an American film. So I'll say Clerks. Same as I get annoyed at people who say Z instead of Z. But if we're talking about the band, ZZ Top, they're Americans, so their name's ZZ Top, not ZZ Top. Oh, yeah, Charlie, I don't love Clerks 2. It is a fair dip in quality from Clerks 1, but it's kind of entertaining. Honey, I reckon Chasing Amy is really underrated. That was Kevin Smith just going, I'm going to do a totally mainstream rom-com. Actually, no, it's not so much Chasing Amy that's really... Was it Jersey Girl? I don't think there's one where Kevin Smith full-on went, I'm going to make a completely mainstream rom-com. And he did a really good job of it. Oh, yeah, no, Chasing Amy's not brilliant. That's it, Heine, the unloved Jersey Girl. Okay, yeah, so I was thinking, yeah, Chasing Amy's not completely mainstream. Jersey Girl was a super mainstream rom-com, and I thought he did a good job of it. You like the Jay and Silent Bob movie? You reckon Clerks 2 is better than Jersey Girl? Sim, I'm just saying, just as Kevin Smith, it seemed from the outside, he deliberately went, I'm going to do a completely mainstream rom-com. And in the context of a completely mainstream rom-com, he did a pretty good job. Oh, God, Jay and Silent Bob, I love this stuff. When they're hitchhiking and Carlin tells them the stories of the rules of the road, like you got to give the truck driver a blowjob if he lets you on. And they go, okay. And Carrie Fisher, as a nun, picks them up and starts talking about the rules, and she means the golden rule. And Jay thinks it means he has to go down on her, which is very funny. I love that, Charlie. Just like this stream, Kevin Smith connects with the Neurospicy. And of course, a big part of that thing in Clerks 3 of the heart attack, because he had a heart attack and normally died. He spent, because he got pretty big and pretty chunky, even compared to, say, me. And he posted for years on social media that he was going to lose weight and never did. And then he almost died and lost a shit ton of weight afterwards, because it's like, oh, you know why you almost died? Because you're a fat fuck. And so he did actually lose a shit ton of weight. Oh, yeah, no, he was way bigger than me. Definitely. There was an incredibly funny picture of him in jorts, jeans shorts, because he's only, I don't think he's tall. I think he's like my height. And he was about as wide as he was tall. And the picture of him in jorts was quite surreal. Okay, I'm going to find it. Actually, no, okay, first I want to check his height. Kevin Smith height. Yeah, 5'8". He's the same height as me. Okay. £330 to kilograms. How much is that? I'm not good at this. Wow, that's quite, wow, 150 kilos. That is quite a bit bigger than me at my worst. And so that's why the picture of him in jorts looked quite surreal. let's get this. Not judging. Big ups to Kevin Smith, short king, like me. Wait, I'll just get a large image. What are we doing? Oh, okay. This is actually a good before and after one. Okay. Let me see. And this is just because I think this is a very interesting visual. No, that's not a good picture. On a full length one. Yeah, this is it. It's like, okay, so they're jorts. They're meant to be jean shorts for someone who's approximately a foot taller than Kevin Smith. And it's just a really interesting visual. But yes, speaking as a short, fat bastard, I'm definitely not critiquing Kevin Smith. Oh yeah, how little Harley was in that picture. Yeah, it's pretty astounding. There's like a point in his life where I think Kevin Smith was maybe taller lying down than standing up. But like I said, I'm not actually critiquing, I'm just observing. Surprised he only had one kid. Well, who knows? Maybe that was a deliberate choice. Want to go do things. I'm glad I had two kids, but it's fine. You got the matching set, one girl, one boy. I'm also glad my kids, the girl was the oldest, because I was really about the idea of an older brother thinking he could police the activities of a younger sister. Turns out my young Mr. Angry would not have done that. He's not that type of guy. But that was a thought I had. So Charlie, you've got three. That was a thought I had that it's like, oh, kind of nice, two kids, one girl, one boy. And I was particularly glad the girl was the oldest. Speaking of which, because my birthday's coming up, I'll be having a birthday lunch with them soon. Also, I may or may not be doing a stream this Saturday night. It would normally be a date night, but my birthday is the following weekend, so we're going out for my birthday. So we're not going out on this, what would be a regular date night. But Mrs. Angry and I might do a takeaway thing and watch a movie or something. So I might not stream. Oh yeah, you were calling out to me, Charlie. My 20th anniversary on YouTube is coming up. I have time to put a bit of thought into it. I don't know that I want to do a thing highlighting I started on YouTube 20 years ago, because it's just like an open door for dorks and haters. I don't know. I have enough time to think about it. Safar, I am a romantic. Heine. You have brother, sister in your family. Sister's 5, bro 3. Seem good with each other. That's good. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with how together my offspring are. They're definitely more together than I was at their age. And they're living in a much fucking tougher world than I did, quite honestly. Well, Charlie, remember, I don't know if you do remember, but I used to do every 100 videos, I would do an edit that was like 2 or 3 seconds of each video from that 100. And I stopped doing it, I don't know, about 800 videos or something. Honey, those kids share a bedroom. A lot of great, yeah, they're just kids. That's the whole thing. Thank you, Safa, for the vote of confidence that my offspring are together because of good parenting. Yeah, Charlie, I'm with you. 20 is a big deal. But I don't know. I've seen so much shit and so many dickheads over that 20 years. I'm going to have to put a lot of thought into it. Yeah, if I did 10 minutes per year, it'd be a 200-minute video. Yeah. I have no appetite to do a complicated video because there's no return for me in doing a long video. There is nothing I would benefit from. Oh, you want to do it, dude? I'm not going to stand in your way because you're a hell of an editor. I'm not going to stand in your way if you want to do something. Me personally, have no appetite for doing it. I mean, goddamn, dude, I'm not going to stand in your way if you want to do it. In fact, that would be cool. I'd be particularly happy if you did it. No, I think you are a good editor. I think you put an effort in. And honestly, if you want to do that, you have not just my blessing, but my thanks if you want to do that. I'm just old and bitter now. It's like if I was doing a thing, what did I learn in 20 years? I learned people are shit. Which is not strictly true because I've made friends and I've had opportunities that I wouldn't have had without YouTube. Oh, I would definitely, if you did an edit, Charlie, I would definitely run it on stream. Oh, dude, it would be massive flattery to me if you wanted to put that effort in. I would definitely put it on the stream. Yeah. Like I said, in the first few years, I had the energy to do the edits every 100 videos, but it's just at a certain point I was just like, ugh, I'm over this. And I've you got to get out of bed screaming at the top of your lungs. But this thing was going, Mrs. Angry is always clearing her throat and coughing, and it makes me laugh because she sounds like someone who's trying to get the attention of someone who's ignorant. It's just and it just makes me laugh. So she had some sort of cold where the worst of it passed more than a week ago, but she still had the congestion. And I only ever had it much lower key, a little bit of congestion, but I still have it like 2 weeks later. Still coughing up plenty of shit. Oh my God, you're going to do a 2-hour compilation video. Holy fucking shit. Dude, fucking go for it, is all I say. Oh, yeah, make a promo vid, Charlie, definitely. So Australia has low, but the new flu vaccinations only just came out. Of course, Australia has low flu vaccinations currently because they literally only became available this week. My work always does vouchers for flu vaccinations. I think if I actually, I think if I wait to my next birthday, which is only in less than 2 weeks, 10 days, I get free vaccination anyway. But yeah, last year and all the previous years, I waited till my work sorted out the vouchers for flu vax, and I got a flu vax and COVID booster at the same time. Safi, you like a big ass project. I don't know that he does mean that, Heine. Shots are in short supply. I think he was saying it was actually not many people that had the vaccination. But I don't know. So, I know Saf was saying I'm right. That he was saying there's a low vaccination rate, but they only just released the new flu vax. So I'll be getting mine sometime in the next month. We shall see. I need to look at my records of when I got it last year because I'm only supposed to get one COVID booster a year. Und so, I have to work out how to track what I was. Oh God, Abigail, 15 minutes to Billy goes blackout. Go prepare. Good night. Oh, good Lord. That is such a weird thing to just be locked out for that many hours. Stay safe, Dr. Abigail. That is, that's some crazy shit right there. Ugh. And both like, if you never had the flu vaccine, look, only a small percentage of the population contract influenza each year, but the potential for complications from influenza are very high, particularly the older you are. So I need to protect. I've never had influenza. People talk about having the flu, and it's really just a variant of a cold virus because influenza is fucking nasty, particularly if it turns into pneumonia. I actually just noticed today, Safa, before the stream, because I dropped the breathalyzer the other day and the little thing fell off, but the kit had extras. So I did do a test earlier this afternoon when I'd been drinking, and it did return 0.00. So if you had bad flu, 2014, I had stomach flu. Like it was the influenza bug in the stomach. It was, oh my God, it was nasty. For 24 hours, stuff was shooting out both ends. I was vomiting and shitting uncontrollably for 24 hours. And then it's like everything left my system. There was nothing left in my system. And then I was just fucked for like 2 or 3 days. And then I slowly recovered. And that was actually at VidCon. One of the years VidCon was in Australia. Some fucker, it was like there was a strain of swine flu going around. God damn it, it fucked me up. It was really funny because it was the last night of VidCon, and some people were going, oh, we're going to this bar. And I was like, oh, yeah. And I just went, oh, I don't think I want to do that. I'm just going to go home. And I went home, and within half an hour of going home, this fucking swine flu has kicked in. Like I said, shooting out both ends. And I couldn't shake the feeling like if I'd have gone out with these people and started drinking and this kicked in when I was drunk, I think I would have ended up having to call an ambulance. Because if we were like in Crown Casino, And if I like gone to a crowded casino and it was shitting and vomiting uncontrollably, it'd just be like, no, I need an ambulance. But I was home, so that was okay. I just suffered at home. Yeah, I know, literally. I would not necessarily have shat my dax. I might have made it to throw, but if I was just in like a public toilet, you can't shit and vomit at the same time in those. Like at home, I could have a bucket. It would have been a catastrophe. And I'm not joking. I reckon I would have ended up calling an ambulance because it's just like, I can't deal with this. But for you, Sava, because I'm kind of inebriated right now. Let's see what the breathalyzer says. I don't think it's going to be super high. Definitely over the limit. Definitely over the limit. 0.135. Yes, stop panicking. I'm not driving a car. Almost 3 times over the limit. That feels about right, honestly. Oh, yeah, home theology. Both enders are the fucking worst. Madam Butterfly, look, there's a whole bunch of viruses that can affect your stomach. Influenza is just one of them. But yeah, I found out after the fact when I got sick this time, there was a strain of swine flu going around. The drink was busy. No, okay, but I had a couple of drinks. I had 2 of my clarified cocktail, which is not that high alcohol. But the one I made a video of, which is reasonably boozy, and then the barrel-aged one, reasonably, because, okay, to get to 0.13, all you got to do, 3 standard drinks. So I've only been going for 2 hours. So 3 standard drinks gets you to 0.05. And you only lose 1 standard drink per hour. So over 2 hours, we're going like... No, that makes sense. I literally had 4 cocktails. And if they were averaging 2 standard drinks each cocktail, that would end up with that reading after 2 hours. That's kind of exactly what I would expect. This is the sort of thing like, when medical people go, "Oh, checking health, how many drink?" Okay, you don't want to know. I'm just going to make something up that makes me sound less irresponsible than I actually am. Like, how often do you have a drink? 2 or 3 nights a week. So okay, so 5 or 6 nights a week. Do you drink more than 3 standard drinks? Those things? Sometimes. So every time. So I probably had in the region of 8 standard drinks in 2 hours, which, again, medical authorities would go, "That's bad." To which I'd say, "Mind your own fucking business." But, the last couple of party nights, I haven't been just blind paralytic, but I've been drunk enough to forget to do a breathalyzer at the end of the night. I did it at various stages during the night. So tomorrow night, who knows what's going to happen? Honestly, there's been party nights recently where the reading was lower than that because I haven't drunk that much over the course of the hours. But there's also party nights when it's higher than that. As they say, I might take you higher. Who is that? Dynamic Hypnotics. Okay, that's some fucking 80s shit I haven't thought about for a while. Yeah, a couple of recent party nights has been like, I've reached my limit. And again, I think, you can all correct me if I'm wrong, I think I've stayed coherent, but it's like, yeah, you know what? That's the fucking limit. I am going to bed now. Madam, you had a stomach bug and completed your work day. Felt like you were going to drop dead. I mean, oof. Yeah, I don't think that's an altogether good thing. It's like I haven't been in the office for quite a few weeks now. Because even in the week prior to Easter, I didn't go in because as Mrs. Andrew was sick, I had symptoms, and I went like, no one wants me to go in and make everyone else sick. So I feel perfectly fine to function. So I'll work from home. Didn't take any sick days, but I'm not going to go into the office and make everyone else sick. Like I'll probably go in on Monday, even if I'm still have this phlegmy stuff, because I don't think I'm contagious. Like Mrs. Angry was looking at stuff about when you're still contagious and whatnot. It's like you're most contagious in the very early stages, like the first couple of days of when you're infected. And that was like a week and a half ago for me. So I was like, okay, I don't think I'm going to infect anyone else now. So even though I have to occasionally cough and spit because I had some phlegm come up, I'm probably not going to make anyone else in the workplace sick. And because I am meant to be in and doing a couple of stuff on Monday and Tuesday, so we shall see. But I'm expecting to go in. But it'll be basically 3 weeks since I've been in the office, which fucking rocks because going to the office is bullshit. All right, my liqueur, which is weirdly different to other batches of the liqueur, and I don't know why. Well, you know, I heard it was ASMR day today, so we got a little bit of glug glug ASMR. Yeah, I don't know altogether why it tasted. It still tastes good, but it does taste different. And I don't know why. So for this day, I do have some stuff on. I am catching up with my boss tomorrow to talk about everything that's happening. Not super busy, but a bit of stuff on. Well, you know what? I meant to go to a thing on Monday run by the Australian Signals Directorate, the Feds, talking about cybersecurity guidelines from the federal level. So that'll be interesting. All things being equal, I'm spending 3 or 4 hours with the Feds on Monday. Yeah, I know stuff. It's kind of cool. I'm going to hang out with the Australian Signals Directorate on Monday. But we'll see what comes out of it. I'll give you all a rundown on Tuesday. Was it cool hanging out with the Australian Signals Directorate, the military arm of cybersecurity? Or, oh yes, Safa, I'm not going to tell you any details. Safa, do you want to work for Signals Directorate? Honestly, kind of interesting job, I think. Oh, Charlie, I really enjoy seeing how you edit because we ramble for like an hour or more, and then you put an edit together. What's doing? Yeah, Safa, Signal ASD are the cyber ASIO. I think they're technically part of the military. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think ASD are actually technically the military. So I have to admit, I'm kind of keen to hang out with it. Okay, so what's here? This is the first time I've done this. So what it is? Okay, let's just go cybersecurity nerdorama. The Australian Signals Directorate developed a set of cybersecurity standards. They developed this years ago. It's called the Essential 8. It's like 8 things that companies should do to increase their cybersecurity. Now, what they're talking about now is completely revising the whole thing. And so this is a session to talk about, look, this is what I've been thinking about. This is the feedback we've got. Hey, do you all have any more additional feedback? So I'm hoping it's going to be interesting. Like it's scheduled to run between like 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. I think I got to go down to Docklands on Monday for that. but we'll see. So yeah, I'm representing my team down there. So I'm hoping it's interesting. But yeah, maybe cool to hang out with the feds who do cybersecurity. I don't know. Charlie, when you take the clips out, yeah, you take about 20 minutes of our rambling, but that's okay. Safa, I'm not sure that there's any lunch in this one. Oh my God, I did get invited to the corporate one in a couple of weeks, and it's like it's in a high rise somewhere in Melbourne. It's like at this really expensive place, and they are putting on lunch. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm coming along. Yeah, I'm going to talk cybersecurity while I'm 50 stories up and you're serving me really expensive food. Fuck yeah, I'm doing it. And Safra, I don't remember which one it is, but it's one of the high-rise places in Melbourne. Might be the one in the Rialto. I'm not sure. It was just like I got an email saying, blah, 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 do this. And it was like, okay, this is actually legit about my job and it doesn't cost anything. So I'll go. Safa, my job can be cool. While I have been busy the last couple of days since I got back there, I'm kind of busy with stuff that I find interesting. But yeah, I don't know. Everyone worries about cybersecurity. So I do feel lucky that I got into cybersecurity like in about 2018. I was just a real generalist in IT. Then I got into cybersecurity specifically in 2018. How's the injured finger going? Like it bends that far. You see how it's not normal. But it's like if I can work it. I'm going to see my hand therapist on Tuesday. And I'm hoping that it's improved from last time. See, it doesn't quite go straight when I relax. Like this one's straight. And also, if you look at it on its own, it looks kind of normal. But if you put this one here, you can kind of see that the middle joint's still kind of swollen and fucked up. But, it's doing pretty good. It's kind of funny because I've got like 3 months of videos, or maybe 4 months of videos, where I have different levels of bandaging or splints on this finger because I'm always holding stuff. And I never really got any comments on YouTube about it, but how my finger was bandaged or splintered differently over like a 3-4 month period. But I haven't had any sort of splint on it for a month or more now. My hand therapist gave me what's called a cohesive bandage, or Coban is the cool name she gives it. A little bandage that sticks to itself that I wrap around to give the finger a bit of compression overnight, which is meant to reduce swelling. I love it, Charlie. You showed a friend an old video we did, and they were like, what happened to his finger? Yeah, it's like video shot between November and February. I've got some sort of bandage or splint on my finger. I think I've been free of that sort of shit for a month or more. But yeah, it was all just different bandages, different splints. I might even leave that. Okay, it's just getting to that stage. I got 3 cherries to eat. Fuck yeah. Yes, Safa, it's the deep law. Oh my God. Oh, I love these cherries so much. Coincidentally, yeah, the place that sells the cherries that's near me also sells green and yellow chartreuse. Oh my God, so fucking good. Just the fucking best. Oh. And as I did finish the bottle of yellow chartreuse, and I finished the bottle of green chartreuse. Most finished the bottle of yellow chartreuse. I am probably going there tomorrow get some more cherries, and get some more chartreuse. I could wait till I get paid next week, but I don't know. What's the fucking point? They don't charge interest on the credit card straight away, and I could just pay it off when I get paid next week. But okay, here's the interesting thing. This bottle shop that I only just discovered like a month ago, besides being one of the cheapest places to get my favorite cherries, they have a friggin' awesome selection of spirits and liqueurs. And they don't just have green and yellow chartreuse, which is supposed to be super hard to get. They have a really special edition chartreuse, which I don't think I'm going to get, but maybe I will. I don't know. But because there's supposedly a global shortage of green and yellow chartreuse, I don't want to run out. So even though I have a full bottle of green and I have a full bottle of red, I want to back up. Particularly because the cocktails I made the other day, just looking up green chartreuse cocktails, they were both fucking awesome. They're definitely, I think they're going in the book eventually. I'll probably make short videos of them, maybe as soon as tomorrow. But over the coming weeks, I think I'll probably make short videos of them. And I think they will end up in the book eventually because they were friggin' awesome. Like, what are they called? If I look them up. It was the Highland Sazerac and the Purgatorio. They were both fucking great. But last word variants. Yes, I agree, Charlie. I think I will make a whole video on the last word and how you can do almost anything. You go spirit, herbal, liqueur, citrus, and almost any combo you think of, equal parts, is almost definitely going to work. And I'll probably talk about how it's become a go-to for Mrs. Angry and I on date night. Like, is the bartender skilled? Are they adventurous? And if we say to them, can you do a last word variant? Do they have a go-to? Also, like I said, I may or may not be doing a live stream this Saturday night. I definitely won't be the following weekend because I'm going to be going out to Melbourne's Death & Co., which is absolutely, definitely, we've only been there once. It's only been open less than 6 months. Mrs. Anger and I went there once, and we agree it was the absolute pinnacle of high-end cocktail stuff. And also the staff were wonderful. The staff were great. But the quality of the drinks was just off the fucking hook. I'm going there for my birthday, and it's a milestone birthday. So I'm just going to say, make it an event to remember, team. And we are hoping for a really fucking big night, honestly. So, yeah. But then again, you know, there's a dozen really high-end cocktail bars just in the Melbourne CBD. But, yeah, did decide because we enjoyed Death & Co. so much that we should do it for my birthday and tell them that it's my birthday and see if they give us special treatment. Thank you, Laura. Just dropping in because I'm literally just about to go Sleepy Bobos. Next weekend is my birthday. So I may or may not stream at all next weekend because I might be doing birthday stuff. Thank you, Madam Butterfly, for letting us know you're getting dressed. Everyone take care. look after yourselves. We'll see what happens for party night tomorrow night. Maybe we're doing a music quiz. Laurie, you're getting ready to go out. I'm getting ready to. Oh yeah, no, Charlie definitely will do the Laserdisc stuff. I can't imagine there'd be any reason why we couldn't do the Laserdisc stuff on the Sunday, which is my actual birthday. But anyway, everyone take care. I'll see you all another time, hopefully tomorrow, party night. But I will say bye for now. You are totally fucked!